These Are Fiends is a Schawn C Phillips flick, and I would not touch with a 10-foot pole another Schawn C Phillips flick, but this one catch my attention with its trailer because he actually got a roster here. The casting is super strong with this one. I don't know how he did it. And that's not the only strong point here. SCP is still a horrible director, but we will get to that. So, amongst the casting, there is Eric Roberts. Oh, he's bad, but, he's a known name. He nowadays just do this one-day shooting. He just do whatever he wants after a brief instruction. That's a living. There is Biling. She's a low-budget scream queen. I can't not appreciate these things, but there are bigger names. Don't worry about it. There is Spencer Breslin, the kid from Bruce Willis' The Kid, or one of the kids from The Cat in the Hat, the horrible Mike Myers flick. Well, he's a recognizable face, of course, at least for a while now, because, he probably grows up and those roles just fade away, so he needs a new gig, but that's okay. Then there is Tom Arnold. I know Tom Arnold is at the end of his career, but what is he doing in an SCP flick? And I confess it, the movie is not entirely bad. It's not good, it is an SCP flick, but the writing, the script is moderately acceptable. Schawn was somehow on some leash. I bet he was on some corporate leash, because he don't do most of his shticks to ruin the movie. He still is Schawn C. Phillips, so his baby humor is there, and the monsters of this Wrong Turn ripoff, because technically it is, but it's a Schawn C. Phillips version, so it's bad, but the monsters look great. I can't say anything on the mutants, and you can have your stupid dick jokes and fart jokes and shitting and peeing jokes, humor, shitting and peeing humor in your flick if you want. That doesn't ruin it. Here it didn't make it worse. And in a talented director's hand, if the movie had a more serious tone, it would have been great. I seriously think that. Now, the acting is... The faces who are in this are bringing their game. I don't say their A game, but they are bringing in, especially Robert Lasardo. He's absolutely still on his game. You probably don't know him, but you recognize his face. He was in the right circles for his talent. Yeah. He became a face, so not reliable. Now, what this movie is about? The movie is about, there is this desert, and because we are ripping off various movies, amongst them Return of the Living Dead, we have a corporation who is transferring chemicals in barrels, and it gets, well, the drivers get eaten. This is the first 5 minutes, so there is no spoiler saying this. So the corporate sends in some, disposable employees, and one of them is Schawn C. Phillips, of course, because he has to cast himself in every flick he's doing. But his role is actually pretty okay. I mean, he is playing it pretty okay. He is doing his infantile character, but it fits what it's supposed to be, so it's not pulling it down. And you know what is elevating this whole thing to the level I'm doing a video about it, a review, because credit where credit is due. Schawn C. Phillips, in his entire resume, probably in the future life also, did a movie that is watchable. Not good, don't misunderstand me, watchable. If it is on a TV and you catch it, you probably maybe won't switch to another channel in surfing, because it looks okay, the acting is not bad, and there is things going on. Mostly there is a festival arranged in the middle of the desert, like Woodstock style, but from a small town, so it's practically, technically scamming the people who are buying the tickets, but they are doing a festival. The festival is mostly made up of a bunch of independent scenes in the movie, and they are not very festival-ish, and you don't hear the rock bands in the background, and the music in general is not hard rock, not rock and roll, not anything in between. But you buy it. This is a festival with people in it, even though you only see, like, they only had like at best 15 extras for the shooting. But the blocking, whoever did the blocking, some big studio has to hire him, or indie studio directors must hear about the person, because the blocking is phenomenal. I never seen anything like this. Only what you have to have in the shots are in the shots, and they are in the shots, and the person is a magician. From 10-15%, he makes 100 people crowd. That's literally a miracle. Give the guy a pay rise, or girl. Now, and the pacing is acceptable. I don't say it's good. It's indie movie on indie budget and all that kind of related stuff, but they start with the first kill. That settles the tone, and we switch to show corporate people getting lost and eaten. Then we have the title, and then we switch to the main characters who will go to the festival. I mean, the main characters a bunch of people going to the festival in the movie, but they are the main character who we care the most, maybe. And they are half decent characters. I mean, we have the Schlutiger, we have the girlfriend who the mole-free guy tries to impress. He is literally like shop show, the second shop stop. It gives them character. It's not great, but something to work with and to identify the character with. Then we have Tom Arnold, who is a corporate guy and sending his employees to the desert to die. And I'm sorry to say that, but that subplot is dead, but it's filling up the screen time and is giving us more dead people. And that's works out. So we get a road movie for our protagonists going to the festival. We get bodies from the corporation subplot. Then we have the mutants roaming around, and they are only revealed very late. We get some boobs spread across the movie, because that's always good. I don't know why that habit got out from Hollywood, especially the tending to R-rated movies. We get stuff in the festival because nothing can go well. We always need to have trouble in the festival, of course. We have some diva. Yes, bailing is just bringing 101% bailing. And there is some rapper doing his stuff, having, writer's block, and so the runtime, which is 100 minutes, is filled up with stuff, so you never get bored. You don't get the feeling that this is just a movie with people sitting in a room talking. Because there are a bunch of people sitting in car talking, sitting in room talking, sitting in the desert talking, and the mutants are going up and down, and they have a Zack on their head to hide inappropriate content. It's on the poster. There is bald head guy, big head guy, ass head guy. Yeah, it's pretty overbrand humor, but the masks are great, bringing the old mutant vibes. It's really like some 80s mask. In the end, we have some survivals, and we rip off the end of what was it? A House of Thousand Corpses, the first one, and we are ripping off basket case even. But and the movie is not even filled up with the Indiegogo paid content. You pay a certain amount and you have your shots as a mini scene somewhere in the movie. All of that got to the credit scene. They are pretty much unrelated to the entire movie. Whoever paid for it, thanks for funding this. Now, there is one last thing. They are making a second one. And that will fail. I guarantee. Why? Because this is not a good wrong turn ripoff. Because the tone is SCP. If you know, you know. And the second installment will not have famous people in it. these are glorified cameos, I know here, because that it's acceptable, actually acceptable roles, mini roles, tiny roles, but they are integrated into the story, so it's more than simple cameos. It's not just Bruce Willis shoveling dirt in a Godzilla movie or whatever that was, not even worth a named credit. But the relative success of this flick was dependent on these famous cameos. Probably one day shooting, you paid two, three, however many $1,000 for these people, and they come and play a tiny role in your movie. Without that, the mutants are not really appealing because the aforementioned lack of horror tone. And it is Schawn C. Phillips directing. That's not a good thing. And otherwise, the supposed franchise don't offer enough to invest into a second movie. I'm sorry, but it does not. If it would be a Mark Polonier schlock, I would understand the second one. The guy is a scam artist pulling the cheapest schlock out of his head, but he is delivering movies. They are not good movies, but there is some idea behind them. Schawn C. Phillips is not an idea person. So unless I throw another person on the directing chair, and especially the writer chair, Schawn should be, well, maybe Schawn is not writing the next one. You just delete him from the writing process. Maybe I will give it a chance.